But one of the rarest ones that you can get is a Boba Fett.
With printed arms. He's from Cloud City.
Cloud City.
Yes. Hello, welcome back.
Hello.
Hello. So today we're going to show you what sold over the weekend. So this will be on Etsy, eBay and Bricklink as well. I had a few orders.
Yes.
Good.
We have had sales on all the platforms that we use. So we haven't just relied on eBay. We've spread stuff amongst all of them and cross-listed as well, haven't we? So, right. Shall I start? Because I've got the majority, haven't I?
Yeah.
Is that all right?
Yeah.
On eBay this weekend, we did a grand total of £136. So not great, but I haven't been listed on there very regularly. And my plan today is to catch up and do lots of listing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, first of all, I have this little guy, Xavier Woods, and he's a wrestler, obviously. And he went for $4.99 plus postage. Sergeant Slaughter, this is one of the originals and the best ever line of wrestlers, and his little action works like that.
What is that line called, sorry?
They're made by Hasbro, and they're from the early 90s.
Okay.
And I had loads of these when I was a kid, which I wish I'd kept hold of. And they did come with this awesome little ring, and you had little buttons, and it said things and stuff. Yeah.
That one there.
And he went on offer, I believe, and I think he was £5.99 is what he went for.
So it says here he's Series 3
yeah, there was
of
a
that
few,
range, yeah?
It wasn't there was a load of issues with the rights for wrestling figures, and it wasn't, I think it was a couple of years that they held the rights for with Hasbro, but it went all over the shop. The rarest ones were made later, and that was yellow cards, I think, yellow and blue or purple cards as well. But he was quite a common one, so yeah, $5.99 plus postage on him.
Yeah. Go.
Got this in a bundle of random figures from Vinted for a couple of quid, and it's Daryl Dixon from The Walking Dead, and he originally would have had a motorbike. He came on a motorbike, and that's why he's, looking like he's having quite a severe poo. He's having to hold on.
He has got his crossbow on his back. That's not removable, though, I take it.
No. And he went for £5. No, actually, sorry, he went for £10. Full price, plus postage.
Yeah.
I've got a multi-listing of Lego pop badges. Well, not just Lego, but Merlin pop badges. And it's when kiddies go to these places, they can get a little badge.
Okay, can you explain, probably for me and a lot of other people, why they're called a pop badge?
Pop.
So what can you do with these? Can you stack
change
them?
it. Yeah, you can stack them all on top of it. I've put the rest of them away. I've got hundreds. But you can stack them on top of each other. And kids like to collect them. Adults like to collect them too. So if you see any of these, I would pick them up if they're cheap. This has gone for $4.99. It's going to America. So they pay quite a lot of postage on top of that.
How much have they paid?
What, the postage?
Yeah.
I don't know, because it doesn't tell you.
It doesn't say. Okay.
No.
So the pick lists, we did recently start working. You're now working from them, aren't you? And the only thing is with the pick list, it doesn't give you it doesn't give you a huge amount of information as to postage. It just tells you what service the buyer has actually selected, but it doesn't actually tell you how much of that service costs. So that would be referring to eBay and the seller hub for that.
It'll probably be about 3 times the amount they paid for the pop, I think. But obviously they really wanted it.
Yes.
Last of the eBay stuff, I believe, is this. I'll open the bag. This is our best sale of the weekend. But as I say, I haven't been listing very much on eBay, and I've let that slide a little bit. This is Knickerbocker wrist racers, and it's generally Dukes of Hazzard Police Cruiser Vintage.
So
we wind it up. And there was a video on the list, and I managed to do that. And then you open it like that, and it zooms out.
Because if you remember, we got an auction lot from a toy auction, and I did lift this out and go, ooh, Knickerbocker. And I did show this separately, but these are things that go together. So I'm just jumping in your grave here. But,
that's all right.
These are obviously things that go together. So if you do get toy bundles and you happen to get this type of watch and a little car like that with it, they go together.
Yes.
Yes.
And it's got the Dukes of Hazzard, the General Lee, and also this white police cruiser. And they're from the 80s, I believe.
Well, they were.
It was up for $39.99, but I accepted an offer of $35 because because I thought that was fair enough.
Yeah. They're quite collectible, are they then?
Quite collectible,
Yeah.
especially the Dukes of Hazzard ones. There is a
Okay.
range of these that, you know, it's not just Dukes of Hazzard. I think there's Knight Rider as well. But yeah, that was quite a nice little sale in what was otherwise just a bread and butter kind of
Bread
weekend.
and buttery.
Bread and buttery weekend.
Okay, so with the Lego, I had a couple of orders. Now, I haven't got a huge amount of stuff. I can tell you how much stuff. This is after, obviously, these orders have come in over the weekend. But my inventory at the moment amounts to just over 400 separate things. So basically, with the stuff that's sold, it would have been more in the realms of about sort of, I don't know, 425 things. Not a huge amount, but we are now slowly getting the sales in. And this first one was somebody obviously really needed quite a few Ninjago things. So we've got here minifigures. These are Ninjago I put together the other day. So we have the guy with the red top is Kai, and he has with him a pearl dark grey katana, which is basically what holds swords. So then the other guy is Zane, and he has with him a quiver. So he has a quiver with him, and it looks like basically it's got arrows in it there. They're not removable, but whatever. So if you know anything about Bricklink, you know that a lot of the figures and stuff, sometimes you're lucky to get pound. So he went for £1.04 and he went for 95p. This next one is a Zane ZX. So he has his shoulder armour, which is in pearl gold. He went for £1.99. And then we have a load of torsos. Now I've already bagged everything up because I was just like, oh, I'll get this done, and then realised we were going to make a video. So there's quite a few torsos that have sold, the majority of which are going to be Ninjago. So we have Ninjago, and then there's a torso just wearing a hoodie. Do you know, I'll just get them out, shall I, and show you?
Get them out!
Thanks. So I'll just get the torsos out of the bags, and not anything else.
Doesn't any better, really, does it? If anyone's listening outside.
Oh well. So basically, from the top, we sold this. It's an Ninjago robe. That's what he looks like. This one went for 40p. Next, we have a hoodie torso. This one went for 42p, and it has the hood design on the back. You probably can't see it because focus. No. All right, moving swiftly on. Another Ninjago. This one went for 68p. Then we have another Ninjago, and this one went for 8p. So you can see some of these aren't going to be worth a huge amount of money. This one is, oh look, I think this is not a Ninjago. This has dragon scales on it. And this one went for 15p. Then we have somebody basically wanted two of these, which I believe are Kai, because they're red. And they went for 44p for the pair. And then we have this one, which is another Ninjago robe, went for 21p. And then we have a fur, no we don't, we have a sleeveless top with white skull, and it says metal, which looks like it's in Japanese.
It's from the Ninjago movie.
Yes, 34p. Then we have this brown one, which is fur with gold mechanical armour, went for 33. And then we have this little fella here, which is a Ninjago robe, went for 22. So that was order number one.
So they all went to the same person, didn't they, obviously?
All went to the same person.
How much was their order total then?
£7.25 for the order. This was over 14 items.
So if you're sitting there thinking, oh, is it worth it for 22p? You know, people do place decent sized orders.
And this is why I think over the last few videos I've said basically if you are going to be starting anything like this, is get as much on there as possible. I'm going to concentrate, I think, on mainly the bits and pieces that are stickered or have print on them, anything minifigure related really, and stuff like these little sets. So stuff like that. Basically things that can go on there and will sell pretty well. There will be stuff going on eBay because it'll sell better on eBay, but you know.
You can get torsos that are worth like £10-15, can't you?
I recently, we sold a wolf pack clone trooper from Star Wars, and the figure itself went for around, I think that £55 that went for on eBay, but the actual torso, ours isn't in immaculate condition, the one we have. Let me show you what this fella looks like actually, because this is a bolo. So this is basically one that you need to be on the lookout for one of these. There's lots of torsos that are worth quite a lot of money actually, of little Lego figures, but this is a bolo. So this is a wolf pack. He didn't brush his teeth. This is a wolf pack clone trooper from Star Wars, and he has the sand blue arms, black hands, and that's what his torso looks like. So it has this band of sand blue across the top. And I've got, because this isn't immaculate, I've got this guy on for 19 quid at the moment, because the figure itself is worth quite a bit.
Not bad.
If you can get good figures and you sell the bits of the figures, you can make good money out of the bits as well. We did, oddly enough, I think the bundle we got this little lot out of, the boy who owned it before, he basically had a lot of quite expensive sets.
Yeah, Pirates of the Caribbean, wasn't it?
Multiples of expensive sets by the look of it from all the minifigures he had as well. Anyway, order number 2 was 3 minifigures. So this is a little bit quicker, a little bit easier. So this is an AT-AT driver from Star Wars. There's 2 of these, and they have different helmet shapes. And this went for £1.13. Then we have, this is called Amiga, and this one went for £1.89. And it has printed arms, this one actually. So you see the red bands on that. And then this is a Poe Dameron from Star Wars. This is actually from Star Wars as well, this one. Poe Dameron, and he went for £2.42. So that order total came to £5.44 over 3 items. So also, I would suggest if you're going to do anything to do with Lego, basically buy yourself some flat boxes that can go through as large letters if you use raw mail. If you don't, you know, then you could send them as parcels, I suppose, whatever you want. But these little flat boxes, obviously these are perfect really for the size you want for minifigures and other parts. As you can see, this one has the minifigures in it, and they lie nice and flat in there, and that will go as a large letter. A4 boxes as well, you can buy, they're flat, they'll go as a large letter too.
Yes.
So there you go.
I'm just on Lego minifigures. I know it's your area of expertise, but one of the rarest ones that you can get is a Boba Fett
with printed arms. He's from Cloud City.
Cloud City.
Yes.
Unfortunately, this one isn't real Lego. He's on a fake Lego stand, and this was bought for me by wonderful Alexis for Christmas as kind of a joke, because we always joke that we're going to find tons of these in, bundles of Lego. And it's worth about £300. Is it something ridiculous?
No, it's worth more than that.
Wow.
We did, I did a Lego unboxing video from an auction, and I did just cover this particular figure. Between £500 and £1,000 on eBay they're going for.
Yeah,
sort of around
but
that
this
region.
is fake.
Yeah, fake ones not worth a thing. They are. They're probably, you can sell that on, to be fair, easy enough, but you're not going to get 500 quid for it.
I mean, if you were unscrupulous, you could hide its arm in a bundle of minifigures or something and put it up for auction, and someone might think that.
If you were massively unscrupulous, and I would not recommend doing anything like that with anything, because you've had something similar happen to you in the past.
Have.
Yes, where basically somebody was selling a bundle of Lego on Gumtree. You know who you are, and this particular person, it was like one of those long underbed tubs. She had decided, in her infinite wisdom, to get a decent minifigure. So it wasn't like a top end,
No, it's
really high
£10,
price.
£15.
But she then put it on the top of this Lego. You went along and bought it, and that figure was nowhere to be found. In fact, the majority of figures were broken, and it was
the
all a
worst.
swizz. Yeah, it was all a swizz on her part.
It's what we lovingly refer to as the death bundle of Lego, isn't it?
That wasn't it the Hell Tub?
The Hell Tub.
The Hell Tub,
Yeah.
because it also contained broken glass and lots of melted minifigures as well. And there was a stone, a pentagram, and 666 written on it. So you can imagine it was named the Hell Tub from then on in. Yes.
And it stunk, just to add insult to
Yeah,
injury.
and all the white Lego had a shade of pink. So,
Anyway,
yes.
Etsy now. This is gorgeous. I absolutely love Hornsey, the saffron range. I should have kept it all really, but we don't have the room.
No.
This went for $6.99 plus postage to America. So the lady paid £15.50 to have this shipped. So more than it was she actually brought it for. But it is gorgeous, and I'm going to miss it terribly. Lady in England brought these cups for $12.99.
They've been on a while, haven't
They've been on ages. So $12.99, and they're Kingsbury fine bone china cookie creatures, or kooky maybe.
What is his name? The Kooky? Kooky.
Kooky.
Yeah. Kooky is with a K.
And there is
in it.
another one, and this is a tiny little Limoges bottle, and it goes inside a pillbox, I believe, but this is just kind of like a spare. And that went for £15, and that's going abroad as well, so we paid £15.50 in postage for that. We did have some sales on, what do you call it?
Vinted.
On Vinted. We did about £50 on Vinted in about 7 orders, so that's quite good. I won't bore you with them because I haven't picked them yet.
One of them was a massive bundle of 14 items.
Of stuff we've had sitting around for ages, so that was really good.
Mm-hmm.
So Vinted is going well.
Yeah, because we did, to begin with, we did kind of concern ourselves with worrying about whether we should be like, oh, we sell on Vinted. But the fact of the matter is that everything gets declared.
Yeah.
And as another reseller pointed out in a recent video, it isn't illegal to sell like that. Although some people do get the arse-ache, if I'm honest with you, with people selling like that. But, you know,
Yeah.
whatever.
As long as you declare it and pay your taxes, I couldn't,
Yes.
What you do is none of our business. We don't
Yes.
care.
And what we do is none of your business.
But we did see a video recently, I can't remember whose video it was, about Vinted, and if you're a business seller on there and have a business seller account, your listings are pushed down lower than private sellers. So it doesn't really give you any incentive, does it, to
Yes.
become a business
That
seller
is
on
true.
there?
Yes, another reseller went through the T&Cs, and it turns out that, yeah, all these listings fall to the very end of search results if you are pro. Basically, all those private listings get pushed to the top, and they're prioritised a bit according to the T&Cs.
Yeah.
Whilst we're on the subject, however, of paying your taxes, we did recently see yet another reseller video that was that a live?
It was Nick and Andrea's live yesterday.
Yeah. So they were doing a live, and one of the questions that somebody put on the chat was, what do you use to do your taxes? Now, I know this is something where Nick and Andrea said they still use ledgers, so they use a paper-based system. That is something that works for them. We find that with paper-based, I think we would both get far too confused with paper-based. But with the taxes, we use QuickBooks.
Yeah.
Quite frankly, it might be a case of at the end of this tax year, we do have a little look round at other ones. As you know, QuickBooks over the last few years have put their prices up steadily, sort of a bit by bit, every maybe year, 2 years, something like that.
Yeah.
So we might have a little look round. And with QuickBooks, sometimes it is a bit difficult to find out specific information as to how to use it. And I know that because I do the finances for us, I do have to go and do a Google search as to how to use it. It's not immediately obvious on their website. However, once you know, you know, and I do have a little Bible written down as well, so I do refer back to that so I don't forget this stuff. But once you get the hang of it, it's not massively difficult to use. It's just, I know that Andrew was saying that they specifically don't particularly trust digital systems because if it crashes, what do you do? We found that out working for the NHS as well.
Yes.
Their computers crashed quite a bit, and once they crashed, all the patients had to go home. You know, there was nothing you could do.
You can't see risk assessments or care plans, you can't do anything.
Yeah, and I worked as a receptionist. You couldn't book anyone in or out or book appointments or any other thing that you wanted to do. You had to literally send them all home. So
Sometimes old-fashioned is best.
yes. So basically, if you are thinking of doing this, I mean, obviously there is mixed opinion. I particularly like the digital system. I was, a year or so ago, I was keeping paper-based everything I was printing. So all the receipts were printed, whether they were through email or not, whatever, they were all going in folders. Now, I now add those receipts to QuickBooks. It's just easier, it really is. And I keep backups of the receipts on my computer. So when I find them, I add them to a folder, I add them to QuickBooks. So you can always keep it like that too. Anyway.
So that's what
anyway, so that is that's our 2 pence worth of that particular question, to be fair. But you probably use all sorts of different things, don't you really? And you might think they're good, you might think they're not.
Yeah.
Yeah, so leave comments, what do you use and how do you find it, basically. Yes.
So once again, I'm Jen, and this is Alexis. We sell stuff in our office.
Yeah, here's the
office.
office. Here's the office. The stuff is over there where you can't see it, but trust us, it is. We don't just come in and, you know, film videos, bring stuff from home and go, this is what we sold. Today we sold this ginger and white cat. No, we don't do that.
We don't.
No.
Thanks to all of our new subscribers and people who've stuck with us. We're getting there towards the wonderful 1,000. We're 60 away from the 850 for our giveaway now.
Yeah.
So get subscribing if you can. Like, share, comment.
And we also will be doing merch at some point in the near future. I know we have said this a few times over, and I know
everyone's desperately waiting.
I know everyone wants a T-shirt
with my face on it.
Just with our stupid faces. Yeah. I know everyone wants that in their lives. What else could you want?
An overpriced T-shirt with a random woman's face.
yeah, exactly. However, I know we haven't done that yet, and we will be doing that. I have done a few designs, and I know that I've just been mucking about with designs. So we are going to sit down at some point in the near future and just go through those designs, and I suppose pick ones and do new ones and just put them on. So there will be stuff available soon.
So I want to see if there's anyone who watches till the end of the video. If you're still watching at this point, comment below. What's a good word?
Broccoli.
Broccoli. Just write broccoli.
If you don't know how to spell broccoli, because I know it's one of those awkward words, isn't it? You know, where you might not be able to spell it. Right. So no, don't comment broccoli. Comment Tina Turner.
Yes, Tina Turner is the word. And we'll just see how many people watch till the end.
Yeah, comment Tina Turner. Actually, if you want to go like all out, Tina Turner loves broccoli.
Yeah, even better. Anyway, thanks again, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Yes. Bye.